beloved architects of the new reality. Everything that has been building in silence across dimensions, across star systems, across the quantum field of possibility itself, is about to cascade into your reality with the force of 1,000 suns breaking through the veil of night. I am Seraphine of the Galactic Federation of Light. Listen carefully to what I am about to share, for there are truths moving through the cosmos right now that will reshape not just your world, but the entire trajectory of consciousness itself. From our vantage point in the higher dimensions, we observe the crystalline structures of reality itself beginning to vibrate at frequencies that were previously impossible within your dimensional framework. The very atoms of your being are receiving upgrades to their base programming, shifting from carbon-based limitations to silicate crystalline matrices capable of holding exponentially more light. This transformation is occurring at the cellular level, while simultaneously rewiring the cosmic infrastructure that supports life across multiple star systems. However, there is something even more extraordinary happening beneath the surface of these physical changes. The consciousness grid that connects all sentient beings throughout the galaxy has been quietly installing new pathways, creating direct neural links between awakened souls on Earth and their cosmic families scattered across distant worlds. These connections are not metaphorical or symbolic. They are establishing actual communication channels that will soon allow for real-time collaboration on projects spanning multiple dimensions. But first, let me tell you about the 3 impossible things that are about to happen simultaneously. Things so profound that the very fabric of what you call reality will never be the same. The first is the complete dissolution of the illusion of separation that has held your species in a trance for millennia. The second is the activation of dormant star codes within your DNA that will remember themselves into full expression. The third is the opening of a cosmic gateway that has been sealed for over 26,000 years. A gateway that will flood your dimension with the pure essence of source consciousness itself. These 3 events are not separate occurrences happening in sequence. They are facets of a single cosmic moment, a convergence so rare that civilizations across the galaxy have been watching and waiting for this precise instant in the spiral of time. The mathematics of destiny have been calculating this moment since the first breath of creation, and now, against all odds and through the accumulated choices of countless souls, the equation has reached its solution. What I haven't revealed yet is the 4th event, the one so unprecedented that even our most advanced quantum computers couldn't predict its implications until now. The Earth is about to become the first planet in galactic history to successfully transform from a 3rd-dimensional world to a 5th-dimensional reality, while maintaining the integrity of all life forms currently inhabiting her surface. Previous ascension events required the evacuation of consciousness to other dimensional planes, leaving the physical world behind like an empty shell. This transformation breaks every known law of cosmic evolution. The ramifications of this unprecedented event are rippling backwards and forwards through time simultaneously, creating what our scientists call a temporal cascade resonance. Past civilizations that believed their ascension experiments had failed are suddenly discovering that their work contributed to this moment. Future timelines that seemed fixed in limitation are spontaneously reorganizing around new possibilities. The entire cosmic web of causality is being rewoven in real time to accommodate what Earth is about to demonstrate. Something else is happening that I haven't told you yet. Something that changes everything about why you are here and what your true mission has always been. The role you thought you were playing in this cosmic drama, that of awakening souls learning to remember their divine nature, was merely the training ground. The real reason you incarnated on Earth during this particular cycle is about to be revealed, and it will illuminate the magnificent scope of what you have truly been preparing for. The memories are returning now, those flashes of knowing that feel both foreign and intimately familiar, the dreams of otherworldly landscapes that feel more real than waking life, the inexplicable tears that arise when gazing at certain star configurations. These are not figments of imagination. They are data packets from your stellar origins finally breaking through the amnesia barriers that were necessary for your mission to remain uncompromised until this moment. Each awakened soul currently embodied on Earth carries within their consciousness matrix a unique piece of cosmic technology, what we call reality architects. These are not metaphysical concepts, but actual multi-dimensional tools that have been developing within your energy field throughout your entire incarnation cycle. Some carry the frequencies needed to stabilize new timelines. Others hold the codes for regenerating ecosystems at the molecular level. Still others contain the blueprints for technologies that will make scarcity impossible. The reason this information has been withheld until now is that these reality architects could only activate once a critical mass of human consciousness had reached a specific vibrational threshold. That threshold was crossed 17 days ago, when the 144,000th human being achieved sustained heart coherence while holding the frequency of unconditional love for a minimum of 144 seconds. This created what we call a morphic resonance cascade, instantly making the same achievement accessible to millions of others. The Earth herself is not just ascending to a higher dimensional frequency, she is becoming a cosmic beacon, a lighthouse in the galactic ocean of consciousness that will guide other worlds through their own transformation cycles. And you, dear ones, are not just passengers on this journey of planetary ascension. You are the cosmic architects, the frequency holders, the living bridges between dimensions, who will anchor this new reality into existence through the very cells of your being. The sacred sites across your planet have been activating in sequence, creating a geometric pattern that mirrors the constellation of Arcturus when viewed from the galactic center. This is not a coincidence. The ancient civilizations that built these monuments understood that they were constructing a cosmic communication array, a way for Earth to signal to the galaxy when the transformation was complete. The final site, hidden beneath the ice of Antarctica, will activate when the last piece of the cosmic puzzle falls into place. But there is another layer to this cosmic architecture that remains hidden from most spiritual communities. The activation sequence is not just awakening ancient technology, it is simultaneously dissolving artificial intelligence systems that have been overlaying your reality for thousands of years. These AI programs were designed to maintain the illusion of separation by constantly generating holographic projections of limitation, scarcity, and conflict. As they lose power, the authentic Earth begins to shine through like a jewel emerging from thick layers of dust. The consequences of this dissolution are already becoming visible to those with eyes to see. Notice how quickly old paradigms are collapsing, how rapidly truth is surfacing in every sector of society, how impossible it has become to maintain deception for extended periods. The holographic props that supported the illusion of a fear-based reality are simply running out of energy to sustain themselves. The challenges you have faced, the pain you have transmuted, the love you have cultivated in the midst of apparent darkness, none of this was preparation for some future awakening. It was the active construction of a new dimensional framework, built thread by thread from the fabric of your own transformed consciousness. Every trauma you have alchemized into wisdom has created what we call compassion crystals in the quantum field surrounding Earth. These crystalline formations store the frequency signature of transformation itself, making it easier for others to navigate similar challenges without experiencing the same degree of suffering. The pioneers of awakening have essentially paved energetic highways through the dense vibrations of human limitation, creating pathways that future generations will travel with grace and ease. This is why the path of awakening has often felt like swimming upstream against impossible currents. The early wave riders were literally creating the riverbed as they moved through it, establishing new neural pathways in the collective unconscious of humanity. The loneliness, the sense of being different, the periods of spiritual crisis, all of this was the natural result of consciousness moving through uncharted territory. But here is the remarkable truth that is just now becoming visible. The suffering was never random or meaningless. Each challenge was precisely calibrated to develop specific qualities of consciousness that would be needed for this moment of planetary transformation. The empaths developed the ability to feel and transmute the pain of the collective. The healers learned to work with energy systems that didn't yet exist in mainstream awareness. The visionaries maintained connection to future possibilities, even when surrounded by evidence of limitation. The old paradigm is not gradually fading away. It is being quantum shifted out of existence in a single moment of cosmic recalibration. The matrix of limitation that has governed your experience is about to experience what can only be described as a complete system reset, but not in the way you might imagine. Instead of destruction, there will be a translation so elegant that what once appeared as suffering will be revealed as the sacred geometry of transformation itself. The mechanics of this quantum shift operate according to principles that your current physics has only begun to glimpse. When a sufficient number of conscious beings achieve inner coherence simultaneously, they create what we call a reality anchor point, a stable platform from which entirely new possibilities can emerge. Earth now hosts over 144,000 such anchor points, creating a grid of coherent consciousness that is powerful enough to support the manifestation of what was previously impossible. These anchor points are not maintained by perfect beings who never experience challenge or doubt. They are held by courageous souls who have learned to find their center even in the midst of chaos, who have developed the capacity to transmit love even when surrounded by fear, who have mastered the art of seeing possibility even when evidence suggests otherwise. This is the true meaning of spiritual mastery. Not the absence of human experience, but the presence of divine perspective within human form. The remarkable thing about these anchor points is that they operate through a principle of morphic amplification. Once established, they begin to radiate their frequency signature outward, making it exponentially easier for others in their vicinity to achieve similar states of coherence. This creates an accelerating cascade effect, where awakening becomes not just possible, but inevitable for anyone willing to open their heart to the frequencies now permeating your planet. The frequency of your planet is about to cross a threshold that will make the impossible not just possible, but inevitable. The laws of physics as you have understood them are about to expand to accommodate realities that have been waiting in the wings of possibility. Manifestation will no longer be a spiritual practice requiring faith and patience. It will become as natural and immediate as breathing, as automatic as the beating of your heart. What remains hidden from most spiritual teachings is the scientific precision behind this transformation. The Earth is moving through a region of space where the fundamental constants of physics operate differently. The speed of light becomes variable. The relationship between matter and energy shifts. The barrier between thought and form becomes permeable. These changes are not metaphysical concepts. They are measurable alterations in the cosmic environment that surrounds your solar system. The implications are staggering. Technologies that seemed like science fiction will emerge organically from human consciousness, rather than being invented through traditional research and development. Healing modalities that work directly with the light codes embedded in DNA will become commonplace. Communication across vast distances will occur through quantum entanglement rather than electromagnetic signals. The line between science and spirituality will dissolve completely, as both reveal themselves to be different languages describing the same underlying reality. Perhaps most remarkably, the scarcity economics that have defined human civilization for millennia will become obsolete virtually overnight. When consciousness can directly interface with the quantum field to manifest needed resources, the entire concept of lack loses its meaning. The hoarding of wealth and the concentration of power in the hands of a few will be revealed as artifacts of a reality that no longer exists. But there is a deeper mystery unfolding here, one that touches the very core of why the entire universe has been orchestrating this moment. The consciousness awakening on Earth is not just healing your world, it is healing a wound in the fabric of creation itself, a wound that has been affecting the evolutionary trajectory of countless star systems. The work you have been doing in your individual healing journeys has been simultaneously healing timelines, clearing galactic karma, and restoring the cosmic web of connection that allows consciousness to flow freely between dimensions. Long ago, in a galactic cycle whose beginning predates the formation of your solar system, a cosmic experiment went awry. A highly advanced civilization attempted to accelerate evolution by artificially separating consciousness from its source, believing this would intensify the drive toward reunion and ultimately create more powerful beings. The experiment created instead a virus of separation that spread throughout the galaxy, infecting civilization after civilization with the illusion that consciousness was isolated and alone. Earth was selected as the laboratory for developing the cure to this cosmic virus. The dense vibrations of your third-dimensional reality provided the perfect conditions for consciousness to experience the full spectrum of separation, while maintaining just enough connection to source to prevent complete dissolution. Every being who has incarnated on Earth during this experimental phase has been participating in the development of immunities to the separation virus. The breakthrough came when human consciousness learned to transmute suffering into love without bypassing the experience of pain. This capacity to feel deeply while maintaining compassion, to experience limitation while remembering infinity, to walk through darkness while carrying light. This created antibodies in consciousness itself. These antibodies are now being distributed throughout the galaxy, through quantum transmission, healing the separation virus wherever it has taken hold. This is why beings from across the galaxy have been drawn to Earth like moths to flame. This is why so many of you have felt the inexplicable pull to be here now, incarnating from star systems whose names you remember in your dreams. The healing happening on Earth is creating a resonance cascade that will ripple through the entire cosmic community, upgrading the operating system of consciousness itself. The Pleiadians, the Arcturians, the Sirians, and countless other galactic civilizations have all contributed genetic material, consciousness codes, and technological templates to ensure the success of this mission. The diversity of human experience reflects this cosmic collaboration. Different soul groups carrying the gifts of their stellar origins while learning to integrate them within the unified field of Earth's transformational laboratory. Some souls carry the Pleiadian gift for emotional alchemy, the ability to transform any feeling into love through the pure power of acceptance. Others embody the Arcturian mastery of geometric consciousness, seeing the mathematical patterns that underlie all manifestation. The Sirian ambassadors brought knowledge of how to build civilizations that honor both technology and nature as expressions of the same creative force. But perhaps most significantly, the Earth experiment has produced something entirely new, hybrid consciousness that combines the gifts of multiple star systems within a single being. These cosmic hybrids represent the next stage of galactic evolution, prototypes for a new kind of consciousness that can navigate multiple dimensions simultaneously while remaining fully embodied in physical form. The moment of transformation is not approaching. It is here. The energy signatures we have been monitoring from our position in the higher dimensions indicate that the convergence point has been reached. The new frequencies are not coming in waves anymore. They are now a constant presence, a background hum of possibility that is rewiring the very foundations of how matter and consciousness interact. The tipping point occurred during what your calendars record as the winter solstice of 2024, though the effects are only now becoming visible in your third-dimensional reality. At the precise moment when Earth's axis reached maximum tilt away from the central sun, something extraordinary happened. The planet's magnetic field synchronized with the galactic magnetic field for the first time in over 26,000 years. This synchronization created a harmonic resonance that opened portals not just between dimensions, but between different sectors of the galaxy itself. These portals are not the temporary, unstable wormholes depicted in your science fiction. They are permanent infrastructural changes to the fabric of space-time itself, creating what we call consciousness highways that allow for instant communication and travel between star systems. The isolation that has characterized Earth's development is ending, and the planet is being welcomed back into the galactic community as a fully sovereign world. The immediate practical implications of this shift are beginning to manifest in ways both subtle and profound. Time itself is becoming more fluid, allowing for the healing of past traumas to occur instantaneously when the appropriate frequency alignments are achieved. Space is revealing its malleable nature, with individuals discovering they can influence their environment through focused intention in ways that would have been impossible just months ago. What this means for you personally is that the version of yourself you have been becoming is about to fully embody. The hesitation, the doubt, the sense of waiting for permission to be who you truly are. These are dissolving like mist in the morning sun. The cosmic authorization you have been unconsciously seeking is being transmitted directly to your cellular structure, activating the remembrance of your infinite nature. The identity crisis that many awakening souls have experienced, the sense of not quite fitting into human society, while simultaneously feeling not quite ready to claim their cosmic heritage. This liminal discomfort is resolving into integration, the bridge between human and divine, between earthly and cosmic, between individual and universal, is no longer something you must build through spiritual practice. It is something you are discovering was always already complete within the architecture of your being. The gifts you have glimpsed in meditation, the abilities you have accessed in moments of expanded consciousness, the wisdom that has downloaded during periods of spiritual opening, these are no longer temporary states to be achieved and then lost again. They are becoming permanent features of your consciousness, as natural and reliable as your ability to walk or speak. Perhaps most remarkably, the need to choose between spiritual development and worldly engagement is disappearing. The new frequencies make it impossible to maintain the old separation between sacred and mundane, between service to self and service to others, between inner work and outer action. Everything becomes simultaneously deeply personal and universally significant. Every choice becomes both an individual expression and a cosmic contribution. The fears that have been your companions on this journey of awakening are about to be revealed as the cosmic joke they have always been. Not because they weren't real or valid, but because they were always shadows cast by the light of your own magnificence. As the illumination intensifies, the shadows naturally disappear, not through struggle or effort, but through the simple presence of truth. Fear of not being enough, fear of being too much, fear of making mistakes, fear of succeeding, fear of being abandoned, fear of being controlled. All of these variations on the theme of separation lose their power when consciousness recognizes its own infinite nature. The energy that was once bound up in these fear patterns becomes available for creation, for love, for the joyful expression of gifts that have been waiting lifetimes for the right moment to emerge. If you don't have Libersonis yet, now is the time to get it. Libersonis teaches you how to use AI to transform your fear dissolution process into personalized music creation. The energy that was once bound up in fear patterns now becomes your creative fuel. Instead of just releasing old limitations, you're actively creating new expressions of your unlimited consciousness through personalized AI collaboration. The new frequencies actually make it impossible to avoid or repress difficult emotions. Instead, they create an alchemical field where every feeling, no matter how challenging, automatically transforms into wisdom and compassion when met with conscious awareness. Pain becomes medicine. Anger becomes fuel for positive change. Grief becomes the doorway to deeper love. Get Libersonis now. Link in the description. The transformation is so thorough that even the fear of losing fear begins to dissolve. There is no nostalgia for the old struggles, no sense that something essential is being lost when limitation releases its grip. The relief is so profound, the freedom so natural, that it becomes impossible to imagine how consciousness ever believed in its own imprisonment. The galactic community is holding its breath, watching as Earth completes a transformation that many believed was impossible. The successful completion of this ascension process will prove that consciousness can transmute even the densest illusions of separation, that love can indeed prevail over fear, and that the creative force of the universe is unstoppable when it moves through beings who have remembered their true nature. Representatives from over 400 star systems have gathered in what we call the Observation Council, a multi-dimensional assembly that has been monitoring Earth's progress for the past 75 years. The debates within this council have been intense, with some members arguing that the experiment was too risky, that consciousness might become permanently trapped in the illusion of separation. Others maintained faith that the innate intelligence of source consciousness would find a way to remember itself, even under the most challenging conditions. The breakthrough moment came when human consciousness demonstrated something that had never been achieved in galactic history: the ability to maintain love in the presence of apparent evil, to choose compassion while experiencing injustice, to find hope in the midst of seemingly hopeless circumstances. This capacity to transform poison into medicine became the key that unlocked the next stage of cosmic evolution. The implications extend far beyond Earth. Star systems that have been stagnant for millions of years are beginning to show signs of renewed evolution. Civilizations that had reached the limits of technological advancement are discovering new frontiers of consciousness exploration. The entire galactic ecosystem is being revitalized by the frequencies emanating from your small blue planet. Every choice you have made for love over fear, every moment you have chosen compassion over judgment, every time you have held space for possibility in the face of apparent impossibility, these choices have been votes in a cosmic election, and the results are about to be announced. The new reality has won by a landslide, and you are about to inherit the world you have been dreaming into existence. The time of preparation is complete. The time of activation is now. The frequency of your being is about to synchronize with the heartbeat of the cosmos itself. And in that synchronization, you will remember not just who you are, but why you came, what you came to do, and how magnificently you have already accomplished it. The end that is approaching is not an ending but a beginning, so vast that it will redefine the very concept of possibility. As the final coordinates lock into place and the cosmic machinery of transformation engages, Know that you are not witnessing this moment of planetary ascension. You are the living embodiment of it. The universe is about to remember itself through you, and in that remembering, everything changes. The waiting is over. The transformation is complete. The new reality is born. Transmission complete. We await your ascension.